So this one might be a long one. Basically, it's a little on like my background. A lot of people know me. They know that I do photo, video kind of shoots and projects for the most part, but I didn't start in that. I kind of fell into it. My background really is in, I guess, conceptual art and graphic design. Um, my kind of how I started was in 2013, so it's about going on 13 years now. But basically, it started with a project called For the Folk, which is kind of how I met my friend Vicente. Um, he started a brand around the same time as me. We did a lot of collaborations together and helped each other on photo shoots. Um, then, which prompted the photography to come in a little bit later, a few years later. Um, for a lot of the time, I wasn't really sure how to use a camera. I was just more of like, hey, just take pictures on a camera so it looks a little better than just an iPhone. But essentially, after the For the Folk project stopped, kind of stopped just making clothing, I started to get more into conceptual art pieces, zines, and that kind of could package in different ways. So essentially, it was more of ordinary objects to hold photos or poetry, but also to have a meaning behind them. Also, all kind of inclusive. In my first project, in that sense, was No Match Made in Heaven. It was a matchbook-sized zine. So inside the matchbook itself, instead of matches, you would have photos, a collection of iPhone photos, and then I also released a full-size zine, kind of like a little bit more traditional version of it. After that project, I did the Soft Kill project, which was essentially kind of going off of the matchbook zine style, a little less traditional. It was a pack of cigarettes that I made by hand. It included 20 photos inside, but each photo was housed as a cigarette, and it was a play on essentially nostalgia, and how memories sometimes are harmful, kind of like how a cigarette would be taken health-wise. And then actually that one was poetry based. I apologize. The second version with my buddy James, great artist also. He reached out to me and he really liked that project that I had started, and we did another version called Temporary Peace, and those included his photography. It was 20. It was a different variant box, and I'm going to be including photos of all these because I don't have physical copies anymore of these projects. Then after that, there's probably some pause in between different. I got more into graphic design. I started doing like poster challenges, and after those essential daily poster designs, it was around the time that me and Vicente were hanging out a lot and trying to just build, do different things, and we were going out to the Bay Area a lot and met a lot of good friends out there. YK La Familia, shout out to them. Everybody's doing their own thing, going different places in different directions and growing a lot, and I love seeing that. But also we try to get what they had built there, and they were doing shows, and also what they were doing at the R-Hop area in downtown Fresno and Tower. And we decided, well, actually Vicente was more of like the driver in this, but he recruited me, our friend Jemima, and our friend Juan, and we opened a space here in the hometown of Madera. And essentially we hosted First Friday shows and a lot of workshops, shows, just like in general, like bands coming through the area playing. Had a lot of artists from outside the areas. It was a great experience. It taught us all how to like curate and work together and how to learn how to showcase people's work. A lot of people, I feel like there was a lot of people that needed a space that want to show their stuff, their photography, their paintings, and different mediums. So I'm very thankful for that experience also. If you got to go, send us photos if you have any. Um, I know there's a lot of people that probably have archives, a lot of stuff that we haven't seen, different angles. Um, so from there, I know that Jemima and Vicente went on to open up 1418, the bookstore in downtown, and I feel like that was such a beautiful, beautiful experience for them. Um, and yeah, and then from there I saw that, and I'm glad that they got a lot of growth out of it too, and great experience overall. I know they were doing a lot of like book fairs and taking that project on the road and doing a lot of good things with it, and it taught me a lot just watching them through that process. And then after that, I kind of geared up again and started to work on my next project, because I typically have maybe up to 5 projects that I'm working on at once, and they all range from like a year and a half to 3 years to be released. I know it's been a while, but a lot of health issues and things in life have arisen. A lot of projects are almost finished. I'm just kind of waiting to release them. Um, it was a play essentially on burning bridges and also learning how to build better, healthier bridges. Well, and in the form of like relationships of all sorts, whether it's friendships, new or old, some that you've kind of have kind of distanced yourself from. Um, it was a play on yeah, essentially leaving bad toxic relationships with friends, significant others, parents, family members, whatever it may be. But it was a project called Alma Envenenada, Con Fuego Olvidaré. I just wanted to have a Spanish title. I love Charino Sanchez, so it's a play on Alma Enamorada. And just a little bit of background to how I structure projects, in various ways. What comes first? Is it the name? Is it the idea? Is it the challenge that you kind of want to challenge yourself to? For this one, I wanted to have a message inside of a piece of wood that you can throw in the fire and essentially retrieve once the piece of wood burns. So that was the initial idea. The burning bridges and building new ones kind of concept came a little later, probably within a week. Just some insight on kind of how projects, at least for me, go about. That was a real challenge. I was able to do it. I made a whole concept out of it. I had a bridge build kit out of popsicle sticks that you can, metaphorically, but also physically build a bridge, and it gives you, healthy guidelines to kind of start a new bridge and hopefully, stronger bonds, a lot of good stuff to come from. It's, yeah, I kind of wanted to balance it out with maybe leaving a bad situation and looking towards building a new relationship in the future, and what to look out and what not to accept and what not to overlook. Yeah, but I'll have photos included in this segment. Another project that I also that came about after the Soft Kill series with the cigarette boxes was the Wilt project, which was a fake drug kind of concept. The full name is Wilt Xenobenzide Omega 500 milligram. Yeah, there's I can sit here for quite a long time explaining the origin of the name and everything, but to keep it short, it's gonna be a long video. Essentially, it's capsules with words inside of them to encourage you, and also things to kind of look out for, what people say, people do. And almost the play on that was that if someone that really truly means a lot to you tells you encouraging things, or even negative things, that if they really try to bring you down, those words are like a medication, and they have secondary effects, like side effects, and basically it's like it's a play on that. So if someone tells you they're proud of you, or if someone tells you that, hey, you're worthless, those words affect you, especially if coming from a source of someone you love and trust and would hope would want the best for you. There's variants to that project also. I have a kind of a side version of that where it's more of like I guess actions. So instead of it'd be words inside that affect you in certain ways, is more of like a verb. So take this and it'll make you fly. Take this to teleport. Take this to forget one bad memory. And so I really want to play on that too. That's where I kind of started to get more into video production with that there. I made a drug ad based on that one there to kind of emulate the drug ads they have out for traditional drugs. And so yeah, so it was a really fun project. Along the road, my good friend Rick has always helped me, been a model through various projects, and has always helped me out. So shout out to him too. He was the star of this video. He was behind a mirror mask. Also through the Wilt project, the xenobenzide omega 500 milligram project, I made a specific zine variant. They came with some packaging I designed that is used to hold the zine itself, but also once you're done using it as a packaging, it turns into a poster. And it also came with a smaller version of the capsules with the words inside. It's a different variant that came out maybe about 6 months after the initial project, showcasing a lot of the photography that was done for the video, the drug ad. Also, there was a really great collaboration that I did with Carla, my friend Carla. Her handle, Self-Image, ended up becoming the title to the project that we collaborated on. So shouts out to her. We joined forces and essentially built a zine style, non-traditional zine. And it was essentially inside of a makeup compact with a mirror, and her zine was actually in the shape of an accordion, but with every page was in the shape of a circle to kind of sit in the middle of the where the pad and the makeup actually sits, as a vessel holder. And the interesting thing about it was that it was backwards, so you would have to read the zine inside or reflecting in the mirror. So it's kind of a play on self-reflecting and self-image. It was a great collaboration with her, and I'm so super glad we got to work on that together. So thank you, Carla. Through 123, I actually did have my first installation, conceptual art piece. I don't remember taking many videos or at all any pictures of it because I was so busy and trying to meet the deadline. But essentially, it was. I can just briefly describe it, but it was a play on how fragile we all are in our vessels, our bodies, but essentially the project dealt a lot with balloons illustrating our vessels. They were tied to wooden platforms, and above them was hanging like sharp objects like nails, knives, and glass. And on the table did have a bunch of sharp objects, and people were actually able to go up to the balloons and cut them and let them fly into the air and get destroyed by the sharp objects above, kind of signifying that small occurrences, big occurrences in life can take us out, wipe us out, and we're just here. And the name of that install was Caution may cause death. Really wanted it to talk about that one too. So currently I have 2 short films out. I have a third one still kind of sitting there waiting for a score. I need to write a score for it. It's actually a sister film of the second film I made. The first film that I made was actually for a competition. I didn't really intend to enter the competition with the notion of like placing or doing anything like that. I just wanted to use it as like, okay, I really want to make a short film, let's go ahead and make it. My first short film was called Entre las Sombras. It's essentially shot all mainly in black and white, but we had some scenes of red, like a red filter over the lens. I really wanted to kind of just demonstrate maybe anger in a weird fashion, I guess, of the concept of the film to kind of help move the plot, I guess you would say. But it's just me, my face is blacked out, and you can't see me. A weird thing about faces for the time being with my projects, but it just shows kind of me wandering around, and the black box that kind of shows in front of me is kind of like a blindfold. You don't know what's next. Unforeseen things, kind of things lurking in the shadows in life. Who knows what's next? It's uncertainty. It's in the short films entirely in Spanish, so that's on the YouTube too if you want to check it out. The second film I did was My Sword Can Cut the Earth in Half. It has a lot of meaning. It is a weird title, but I love it. And essentially it's just a kind of like dad camp style, just documenting my kids and my fiance at a day at the lake. Really jarring movements and them just having fun, doing what we call caveman activities, just throwing rocks and hanging out, blowing bubbles. The sister film is The Earth Split in Two. So the titles kind of play with one another. My Sword Can Cut the Earth in Half, and The Earth Split in Two is the second version being about my mom and a day at the lake with her, and kind of just us hanging out. It's more slow paced. She has a little bit of trouble getting around, but that's soon to come out. It's not out yet since the first film I did with my kids and everybody involved, my fiance, me and my kids wrote the score. My fiance also had some participation in the score, but the one for my mom, I'm trying to do it all entirely myself, and I think that's the thing I struggle with the most is making music. I've been making music my whole life. It feels like since I was like a teen, and I still haven't really put out anything because I've never really liked anything I've ever made. But as soon as I write that score, that second film will come out. As for the million projects that I have just sitting there waiting on the back burner, one of them being not releasing the name yet, but I want to say that at the beginning of April of 2026, hopefully we'll be, if everything aligns, we'll be showing my next art install at Sacred Heart. Another project is a full line of furniture pieces that are essentially kind of like for on the go. Not going to say much about it, but that's also like both those projects are about 3 years in the works, plus probably. There's tons of other projects that I am working on actively, along with the many projects that I'm taking on now as a freelancer. But yeah, I mean, I'm also here to help people, consult with people if they need help with art projects or any sort of services of any kind. I've always wanted to extend my hand out, and there's a lot of people that I've come across that want to start, they want to do their own thing. It's like, don't ever stop yourself, don't ever box yourself in, just do it. If you can't do it on your own, then find people that are doing the same things, and if they can lend a hand, they will. If not, come to me. I'll lend a hand. I'll help you out. But thank you so much. Yeah, 13 years in the making of this. I haven't scratched the surface of what I truly want to do, but it's not the, I guess, not the end goal. It's the process for sure, the journey. That yeah, that I want to challenge myself all the time, learn new things, pick up new tools, pick up new skills, and just do everything I ever wanted to do creatively. Thank you. Also, a special thank you to everyone that has taught me everything, has helped me out along my journey. Thank you for letting me learn from you. Thank you for teaching me, helping me, even just morally, like just moral support. Thank you for everything. Thank you guys. I could not do any of this without my friends, my family, fellow creatives, and everyone that I'm meeting now, currently, like a lot of good people, a lot of good friends. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you guys.